65. I read verse 6. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. I will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. I want to talk this morning on what I title vengeance. Vengeance. It's a day that the earth will feel the full weight of Almighty God being physically present on this earth. It is a day that humanity will know it is no more business as usual. It is a day of wrath. It is a day of vengeance. It is a day that reward will be given unto the enemies of the righteous ones. Those that has made covenant with God. It is a day that the voice of the braggers will be silenced. It is a day that humanity will know they are too small to stand in the way of God. It is a day all the enemies of kingdom power and enemies of Nigeria we know it's no more business as usual. It is a day all those that threaten you, harass you, wants to intimidate you in order for them to do their wicked work in your life will bear the full weight of this great God. Lion will roar in the jungle this day. And at this lion roar, all the enemies of kingdom power will scatter. And not just that they will scatter, none of them will escape. The lion will roar at the dark corners of Nigeria. And all those that held Nigeria captive and refused to let Nigeria go, even after Nigerians are spoken, we also scatter, and they will pay with their lives. They thought is business as usual. They thought it's business as usual. They thought it's man's business. They thought it's a political game. They thought it's in the hand of man to manipulate or to do what I've been used to. They never know that game have changed. Because the original game master is on earth today. God is a game master. And he changes the tone of each game at will without any consultation. Who is man that God will consult before he do what he wish to do? Man is too little. All the bragging of a man is in his nostril. touch his nostrils, life will be over. Power have changed hand because it's no more business as usual. The rod of the wicked will no longer rest upon the righteous. To preserve the righteous, to protect the righteous, and to make sure that his righteousness will not be taken away from him. Announce it on the housetop and in all the dark corners of Nigeria and on earth. That is no more business as usual. Whoever that have the spiritual muscle or physical muscle enough, let him show up this morning. Anyone that has enough muscle to challenge what has come to stay should show up this morning. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Let the sound of the trumpet reach all corners of this earth. That same Jehovah that launched attack the land of Egypt is out to change game. It doesn't matter what the matter is, it will matter when it matters most. It is an abomination for Esau to rule over Jacob. It is highly impossible for darkness to rule over light. That Goliath succeeded yesterday doesn't mean he will succeed today. Saul may allow that to happen, but David will never. Take heed to yourself. You that depended on the occultic powers, witchcraft powers, marine powers, python powers, take heed to yourself. It is like a man that lean on a staff, but if you know what is happening, it pierces into his hand. Those things are nothing. They are nothing. It is stated in the scripture. This one is going to be enforced. Let all power be made subject to the higher power, for there is no other power. Even if there is, it is ordained by God. Paul says that a sword we carry is not for entertainment. We carry sword, and I know the sword I carry. The sword with me today on earth has not been on earth since the beginning of this earth. And this morning, that sword will be soaked. This morning, that sword will be soaked. It is not a good thing to have a prophet in the land if you're a wicked person. If you are against righteousness, holiness, and purity. The appearance of a prophet is for their own disappearance. Hear his voice. Those of you that think you can come with intimidation, I learned from my brother Elijah, and his mistake will never be repeated on earth anymore. I blamed him for that. You finished 850 people, and just a voice of a woman threatened you. Anyone that threatens now will enter premature grave. If I succumb, I'm a coward. I have solution to whatever problem or challenge that will show up. I do not need consultation for that. Just like Elijah has solution to silence that voice, but allow that voice to silence him. You saw it, that even after that threat, he was crossing his legs on top of the mountain, and a soldier, a captain, and his 50 came. Oh, man of God, you're under arrest. Oh, even recognize I'm a man of God. As you said, let fire come, consume you, and you are 50. And 51 died. After a while, kings and presidents and leaders of nations do not bother who dies. They are only interested for they are about over their selfishness. They send another 51. They died. They sent another 51. That one was wiser. He said, please, Elijah, if you like, come. If you don't like, remain where you are. I just came to fulfill the oath that I swore when I was enlisted to the military. Whatever they send us, even to go and kill our mother, we will go. Let there be caution on earth. Let there be caution in Nigeria. Let all the enemies of this movement be extremely careful. After today, there will be heavy lamentations in the land. There will be heavy lamentations in the land. The Lion of Kingdom Power is out this morning, and he will spare no one. All our enemies and all the enemies of Nigeria as a nation who are bent to destroy this nation, maim this nation, kill at will be visited by the Lord of hosts. Isaiah chapter 66, 15 and 16. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with the flames of fire. For by fire and by a sword shall the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. This will be executed this morning. I said this will be executed this morning. Take away judgment from the land. Righteousness will not be established. Show favor unto the wicked. He will still do his wickedness. The easiest way to establish righteousness in the land is through judgment. In that judgment, heads will be flying out. And people will be cautious. People will learn to fear God. I am not here this morning for miracle. I am here this morning for war. I'm not here this morning for signs and wonder. I am here for destruction. I came to this altar this morning with my military uniform. I came here this morning with my full rank on my shoulders. I came here this morning to tell the earth that is a general on this earth. If a military man refuses to act, children will think he's a scout boy. I am not a police officer. I am not. Of course, you know that military people are not normal. They are not normal. Are you aware? When they take their injection, they are not normal. They misbehave. When they see you as a human being, they don't look at you as a human being. That's why once you hear fire, they fire. Whether it's their mother or their father, fire, they fire. I am not here this morning as a normal human being. Anything that stands on the way this morning will go down. After today's meeting, pick up your news tomorrow. Listen to your news tomorrow. You're going to see, you're going to hear the casualties, the destructions that is going to take place in the land. It is enough. It is enough. Whoever you know, you want him. It is enough. If any human being, if any devil or demon so think that threat, intimidation will silence this voice, they are jokers. They are jokers. What kind of intimidation? You want to lock me up? Let the person know that Jesus has entered prison for my sake. I can't enter any prison. You want to kill me? Then the person, Azuka, will not die. This is not the first time I'm saying it. Tell them anywhere they are that have access to Mr. Dirty, let them mention kingdom power. Who are you? What do you have? Who do you know? You know a man. What if before you call that man and you hear the man is in the mortuary? What do you know? You know the president. You know the governor. Don't you know that that president submit to somebody? That IG submit to somebody? That chief of army staff submit to somebody? You are bragging. Who are you? We know that this is a generation of contention. Generation that don't fear God or respect God. And that's why we prepare before we show forth. Have a rethink. That are demons and devil pushing you once you end your life premature. Have everything. You are meeting a man that you cannot threaten. You are meeting a man you cannot intimidate. You are meeting a man that does not need anything from you. You have nothing. Who can battle with his maker? Who can battle with his maker? What do you have to fight him? With what will you use to fight him? Ask Nebuchadnezzar. He will tell you the truth. If there is any man that would have engaged this God on a battle, it would have been Nebuchadnezzar. He has everything. God told him, I made you God. Every human being on earth will serve you. The birds of the air, the beasts of the land will serve you. Then it entered his head, and he made him a senior animal in the jungle. After this morning, men will be turned to animals. I say men will return to animals. After this morning, they will eat indomie from the gutter. You are measuring my preaching. I'm not preaching like that man. Is he a man that called me? I never take a topic from a man. No man called me. The hand of a man is not upon my head. This head is too big for a man's hand to touch it. A day like this is not common in this movement. A day like this is not common in this movement. I pity any individual that has taken a secret counsel for wickedness against kingdom power. I pity the person this morning. I pity the person this morning. They will know it is no more business as usual. I want to announce to all that cares to hear, some will still be bragging, it is over with the wicked. Their wickedness will slay them. The fire of heaven will roast to them. The anger of the Lord will heavily burn upon their head this morning. God will rebuke his enemy with the flames of fire. Ground will swallow people alive today. I want to say it clear this morning. Strange things will take place on earth today. Today is Tuesday, but it is Tuesday with a difference. It is Tuesday with a difference. It is Osumbangandoma Ukratwa. You understand on the way? Clear off. If you don't want to become a history, the Lord will no longer keep quiet. He will wait his glittering sword and take hold on judgment. He will render vengeance to his enemies. He will reward them that hate him. He will make his arrows to drink with the blood of his enemies. The sword will devour flesh. There's going to be multiple slain and people will be taken captives today. Today we mark the beginning of revenge upon the enemies of God. Children, we tell you, pack well. Pack well. If you don't want to be consumed, well. Pack well. Obstruction will no more be tolerated in this movement. No. No. Both from man and from demons. No. To no longer be tolerated. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Deuteronomy 32, 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand. And the things that shall come upon them make haste. Rise on your feet. Adoma kruka telesia. O godolo tele gogogondondondo. Mbayanto esutele. Leka tua ndanda. Amadwa de koto mbambamba.